I've struggled with addiction for 19 years. Not anything particular, anything and everything under the sun, actually. And not only was I addicted to drugs and alcohol, but I was also addicted to the lifestyle that went with it. I started drinking in junior high, and by the time I was 18, I had 2 DWIs. I always knew that God was there. I always knew about Jesus, but I didn't have a relationship with Him. I prayed to Him when I was in trouble and when I needed Him, and that was it. I got into drugs pretty heavy in high school and quit high school my senior year. But by the grace of God, my principal let me go back and walk with my class. But that's pretty much when my life went downhill. I dove headfirst into drugs, heavy. And a friend of mine took me to a retreat one weekend, and I offered my life to the Lord. But I walked away and left that behind. And within six months after that, I flatlined and 3 times, and I woke up in the hospital and got angry. I left, and shortly after that, I found out that I was pregnant. Got married, and that didn't last. Then I married again, and actually married my drug dealer, which was not good for either one of us because I fed off of him and he fed off of me. We were each other's idols, and that's what we lived for. I always told my husband, I blame shifted a lot and told my husband that I could quit if he would just quit. And that he was the reason why I was so addicted to everything, and that he needed Jesus and that I could do it on my own. And so things happened, and he ended up going to a place like Wellspring for men in Texas. And couldn't talk to him for a month. And the first time I heard his voice, I heard a freedom in his voice that I knew right then and there he was a changed man. I knew right then and there I had to change if I wanted my marriage to work. And I wanted that freedom so bad. I had tried way too many times, chased after that freedom, and I could not get it. Not even for my kids, I couldn't do it. But so I started making phone calls, and I found Wellspring. And the moment I got on the phone with Miss Bunny, my spirit was like I was at peace. I was a peace that came over me, that I knew this is where I was supposed to be. So I sent my packet, filled it out, but I kept making excuses of why I couldn't leave yet. And actually, this is before I filled out my packet. I was making excuses why I couldn't leave, and so God knows what He's doing, obviously, because I'm a little hard-headed, or I was anyway, and God allowed me to back myself into a corner to where I had no choice but to come here. And so I got here. And Wellspring for me is life. If I wouldn't have come when I come, my marriage would have been over. And my kids wouldn't have the life that they deserve. I went home a couple weeks ago and saw my kids for the first time, and I saw my husband for the first time. And God has completely restored everything that the devil tried to destroy. My marriage is it's complete. Me and my husband are now talking about going into ministry together. And My children have the mom that they deserve. My kids are actually able to be kids right now, and they're happy. And I owe it all to God. I owe everything that I have right now and that's happening in my life to Jesus.